You feel like you're in this state of mind where nothing can make you feel any better. It's a constant state of worrying, something that can really conflict in your life and really limits what you can do in your life as well. The world is turning around you and you can't do anything with it.
When you move in on your first day of university, you are introduced with lot of new faces mostly you know nothing about and who are probably going to be very different from you. Some people enroll to university and keep problems they are having all bottled up because they feel embarrassed. Over your first year, you should always be honest about how you are feeling. The last thing you need when you are attending the 8 o'clock morning lecture is to be stressed.
So, what is depression? Depression, or can be called as major depressive disorder, is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Fortunately, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness and or a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at work and at home. Depression is the leading cause of disability in the world. It is an important issue which everyone needs to understand, especially students. One of the most severe and disturbing symptoms of depression is attempted suicide, self-harm, and suicide itself. This documentary isn't about worrying students and pointing the finger. It is more to spread awareness about the growing issue.
One major source of confusion is the difference between having depression and just feeling depressed. Almost everyone feels down from time to time. Getting a bad grade, losing a job, having an argument, even a rainy day can bring on feelings of sadness. Sometimes there's no trigger at all. It just pops out of the blue. Then circumstances change and those sad feelings disappear. Clinical depression is different. It's a medical disorder and it won't go away just because you want it to. It lingers for at least 2 consecutive weeks and significantly interferes with one's ability to work, play, or love.
So, why do we care so much?
I think there is definitely needs to be more awareness. All you have to do is look at the suicide rate, and I think you can't understand what anyone else goes through unless you go through it yourself. The only thing you can do is support them.
According to the National Institute of Mental Health, it takes the average person suffering with a mental illness over 10 years to ask for help. So, if you know someone struggling with a depression, encourage them gently to set up some of these options. If they feel guilty or ashamed, point out that depression is a medical condition. It's not a weakness or a personality trait, and they should not expect themselves to just get over it any more than they could will themselves to get over a broken arm.
If you haven't experienced depression yourself, avoid comparing it to times you felt down. Comparing what they're experiencing to normal, temporary feelings of sadness can make them feel guilty for struggling.
Depression's problem now?
Yes, a little bit.
Why?
Because I have a lot of assignments to do, presentations, activities, and so on.
Do you know how to reduce your depressions?
I used to reading, listening to music, or watching movies.
So when you know your friend is facing the depression problem, what action could you take to help him or her?
I will hang out with them or talk to them. So maybe we can discuss something.
Okay, thank you.
Do you know what is depression? I think depression is an illness that will bring some negatively effect for our life. Do you think you face depression problem now? Yeah, because it's too many assignments and too many activities. Okay. then it will cause negatively effect for my health.
He was older than me and was into all the same stuff I was into, and I fell head over heel in love with him. I found out that he cheated on me with 3 different girls, but I coped with them up and until at one point where I